What's up, you guys? What better way to leave work than on a 2021 Aprilia Tuono V4? Oh yeah, I love the headlights, they're pretty sick. Obviously this is not my bike, this is Kevin's, but I'm very excited to see how it runs. Alright, first of all, sound 10 out of 10. Let's get this thing warmed up a little bit. Oh, it sounds so amazing. That shorty exhaust sounds so good. We're just going easy for now. Way less wind than mine. Wow, that windshield makes a big difference. They try to claim it's a naked bike, but we're basically dealing with a full fairing bike, so it makes sense the wind isn't really that bad. It's very easy to go fast, just like my Streetfighter. But we're going to take some back roads to see how this thing really feels. On a blipper? Oh yeah. Good too. I feel like the turn signal, it's like not, you know what, the throw on turn signals on motorcycles, this one has the longest throw, it feels like. Look at that. I don't know, to me it feels super long, maybe it's not. So far I'm really liking it. It seems extremely smooth, but we'll get to really know it here in the twisty bits. You guys have already seen my review of this thing, my review commute, I like to call it. And honestly, I really do like this thing a lot. I think it sounds amazing. I think it's the best sounding motorcycle made. That right alongside the Honda CBX 1000. I think that's another one that's super awesome sounding. It does feel heavy though. Ooh, it's got some pops to it. Oh, it sounds good. Good Lord. She's got a lot more pops than mine does. We have to do the official sound test, which involves me going through 2 underpasses and revving it. Very scientific on this channel. Let's do it. Oh! Oh my God, it sounds so good. And the clutch engagement's really nice. I actually like this. I think it's a lot smoother down low than my bike is. For those of you that don't follow my channel, my normal daily is a 2021 Ducati Streetfighter V4. So in all of my references, that's what I'm going to be referencing. And this thing it feels smoother down low. Like I can just kind of putz around. Ironically, at the beginning, it felt like there was some vibration, but right now I don't feel any. It's actually really comfy. At first, the position's a little weird. And the seat is not too great. The Streetfighter, I'm very happy with the seat on that thing, and maybe it has me a little spoiled. The flickability is definitely, I think the Streetfighter has better flickability, but this gives the impression of better stability, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's because I'm surrounded by fairings, it's just giving me the illusion that it is, or if it actually is. But again, I haven't really flogged it around any, oh, that was a cat. I haven't really flogged it around any, turns at, you know, speed yet. So this one has I think a 1077cc V4, so it's very comparable to my Streetfighter, which has an 1103cc V4. The only thing is, this bike has a 65 degree V, mine is a 90 degree V, and I believe the firing order is a little different too. So mine is very like thumpy, muscle bikey. This one is not. This one's actually, it reminds me more of a 4-cylinder, like an inline 4 in terms of like the smoothness of it, which I do like. Let's give her a little rip here and see. Oh, wheelie control I think's on way too high. The thing is, I don't know how to get, I don't care about the trip. I want the ability to change stuff. Here's the wheelie. Oh, the wheelie control's only on 2 and it's that intrusive. The Ducati one lets you get up quite a good ways before it. I'm going to turn the traction control down a little. There we go. I don't want it off, but that was like extremely intrusive wheelie control. I got to figure out how to turn that down. There's my settings for all of you guys out there that know Aprilias. I'm just in sport mode right now, because as soon as I put it in race, it wanted to turn off rear ABS and all that, and it's not my bike. I don't want to hurt anything or potentially wreck. Because again, I'm not used to it, so last thing I want to do is wreck Kevin's pride and joy. I love the pops coming out of the exhaust though. The downshifts are super nice. Oh, you huck it into a corner, it just wants to get at it. I can see why reviewers really loved this thing, and still do love this thing, but for the longest time. But the other manufacturers finally started putting out products that compete with it, and honestly sometimes surpass it depending on the reviewer. But I've seen a couple reviews where this thing still reigns supreme over the newer counterparts like the Super Duke and the Streetfighter. Now this bike has, I believe, yeah, it has just over 5,000 miles on it. Oh, max speed 143. We're gonna do better than that today. I mean, no, we would never do that. This thing does get pretty hot. I thought my Ducati was the only thing that got hot, but this thing seems to be right there with it in terms of heat off of the engine. It does sound good though, man. I keep downshifting to first because it sounds so good. If you guys want to see me riding this thing more often, feel free to leave a comment or like the video, or both. I'd like to hear your input. Do you guys prefer this bike over the Streetfighter, or the Streetfighter instead of the Aprilia? Because yes, it's down on power on paper, but when you actually ride them, I mean, granted, they make power completely different ways. So this one is very linear, where my Ducati is very top end happy. So to me, the Ducati has a much more exciting power band. But this thing, one, sounds better in my opinion. Oh, just listen to it. Oh yeah, let's get at it. Man, that is so much intervention. Okay, that's one thing I will have to knock them for, because I have everything like relatively low. Like traction control's pretty low, but the wheelie control's at 2, and it's still like cutting. It's not even letting that front wheel come off the ground at all. Let's not focus on that. This isn't my bike. I'm not gonna try to do that kind of stuff. Let's focus on the corners. It's like my bike. It likes to speed. It cools down so much more when the air gets flowing. There we go, little wheelie. Okay. It gets after the turns. Very nice. Do I still like my Streetfighter better? Yes. But honestly, I think it only comes down to the engine. Well, yes, this engine sounds better than mine in my opinion, and you guys can let me know if I'm wrong or right. But and the chassis is really good. It's just my engine, the way it makes its power seems a lot more exciting. This one is just so linear that it doesn't really like egg you on to rev it out. It has torque like everywhere, which again is really cool, but I don't know, it's just different. I might need some additional time on this thing to really know for a fact, but as of right now, I totally choose my Streetfighter for the for the engine. Really, all over the road, dude. Interesting. It like doesn't cut there, but then it cuts on other ones. Like, what about this? Oh, what the heck? The wheelie control is definitely a little less advanced on this one. It's like cutting it tremendously when I'm trying to get it to, and then I go over a little hill and it just lets it loose for a little bit. It's weird. Downshifts are one of my favorites. It has like a little pop. It's toasty out today. It's like 86 degrees. But I am enjoying it. This really is an amazing bike. You know, I may still prefer mine more, But this thing is still absolutely incredible. I don't think you would go wrong with either one. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses. I think this thing's strengths are definitely its sound. Through the rev range, it just sounds awesome. And I think the cruisability, it has cruise control, it has a gas gauge, you know, stuff that I used to take for granted, now I don't have on a, you know, motorcycle that's now over $20,000 base price. Which to me is absolutely ridiculous, but now we're getting into some curves, so I get to kind of get a better gauge on how this thing handles. It is lighter than I thought it would be turning in. It felt heavy at first, but it feels good now, honestly. It is 45 here. They're doing 35. Just so you guys know, don't yell at me when I make this car disappear. See? No more problems. This is just going to be a whole video of me making noises because of how good this thing sounds. I can't get over it. This is a terrible road to ride a bicycle on. What the heck? I hope my external mic's picking up on this because it's a freaking symphony. These kids are just looking at me. They're just looking at me. They will not stop looking. Up really fast, and honestly, like with mine, you really feel it coming up. Like it just keeps revving, and obviously this doesn't have as high of a red line, but wow, yeah, I did not expect that. It came up so fast. Oops, state trooper, let's obey ourselves. Hello, sir. I'm just obeying the law, being a good citizen. You get to beat that little number on the dash there, if you know what I'm saying from earlier. All right, come on, baby. You see the handlebars shaking? That was really sketchy. I wonder if his tire pressure's off or something. We're making this light. Ooh, his brakes are squeaky. Very smooth at low speeds. Only 93. You guys know. I can't. Okay, here's another con. I cannot see in there at all. Do we just trust the pump to shut off? Oh, I guess so. We'll call that full, I guess. That's weird. Is that in? Oh yeah, it is. I think Ducati and Aprilia use the same gas cap. It looks, and the ignition. It has a little red thingy. No, I don't need a receipt. 3 gallons. Let's get this thing going. I guess you don't need to reset your trip when you have a gas gauge. That's kind of nice. All filled up. Good to go. Oh, let's take a look at the screen. Aha! Wait. Oh, I wonder how that got there. Max speed 164. That's not good. Someone was speeding on this bike. How dare they? Okay. I will definitely love to swap with him on this thing, but I think I still like mine. That we both stopped at the same time, didn't we? So I just decided to take the reins and go, but I don't know. You guys could be the judge of that. Maybe I didn't even stop. Yikes. It has a ton of torque down low. It just, that limiter comes up on you so fast. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you appreciated the change of pace here on the Aprilia. And you like the, oh my gosh, the amazing sound. If you guys like what you saw, feel free to like the video. As always, hope you have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.